A shadow person, also known as a shadow figure, shadow being, or black mass, is the perception of a patch of shadow as a living, humanoid figure, particularly as interpreted by believers in the paranormal or supernatural as the presence of a spirit or other entity. Many methamphetamine addicts report hallucinations of shadow people as a result of sleep deprivation. Shadow people are a supernatural phenomenon reported by dozens of individuals around the world. Most reports of shadow people consist of them being entirely black without eyes or mouths, appearing like silhouettes of some sort, and are also described as humanoid-like figures that apparently have red or yellow eyes. People describe them generally as lacking mass, although its specific nature varies from two-dimensional to vaporous or distorted. Its movement is sometimes reported as very fast and without order, or shaky, in the sense that they first appear to move as a fluid, thick similar to jello instead of water, and quickly jumps to another part of the surroundings of the witness. Some witnesses describe this movement as if shadow entities teleport from one wall to another. Witnesses commonly reported figures appear on the edge of their field of view, and they crumble or move immediately once they are seen, usually in 1 second. Although many report saying that shadow people appear in the center of your vision, appearing very close to them or staying standing for several seconds before disappearing. Some individuals have even reported being threatened, followed, attacked, and even raped by shadow people. There are countless types of shadow people, one of them being the ones you see from hallucination. This category includes all reports of shadow people seen during the use of drugs, epileptic seizures, and other mental problems. Shadow people are common hallucinations for humans to have. They usually appear as a result of sleep deprivation, psychoactive substances, or hypnagogic states. During this experience, the subject perceives a patch of shadow in their peripheral vision to be a living figure. This can be either animal-like or humanoid in appearance. This hallucination is often accompanied with a feeling of intense paranoia and anxiety. The visual hallucinations are initially fleeting images, always out of the corner of your eyes. As time progresses, however, the hallucinations may appear in full view, and one will be able to look directly at them. This progression is the same whether you are experiencing shadow people from sleep deprivation or from normal stimulant psychosis. The bodies of the shadow people are usually entirely black with few features. They sometimes appear to have faces and are able to move or change shape. These hallucinations are often perceived as being malicious due to intense paranoia and anxiety that often occur simultaneously. Tactile hallucinations, feelings of convincing physical sensations that are not actually occurring within reality, may occur. Auditory hallucinations may only manifest themselves, causing one to perceive that the shadow people are talking to them. A second disturbing category is spiritual manifestations. This category goes into reports of ghosts and spirits. The descriptions are as follows: non-human shadows or masses of animals of shadows, female-like human forms of shadows in a given place, and insects of shadows. According to this category, there are a good amount of different types of shadow being types. However, there are two significant ones that seem to stand out. Number 1. Black mists, dark ectoplasm, and moving shadows. This is one of the most common of shadow people sightings. Many times, the shadow person may not keep their shape when moving fast, or be seen as a dark mist before becoming fully visible. They are intelligent and tend to frighten people who cannot readily identify them as a human form. Number 2. Animal-shaped shadow ghosts. Sometimes, animals are seen as apparitions or in shadowed form. It is more common to see smaller animals as lower to the ground, moving shadows. Eyewitness accounts of shadow animals are less common than sightings of shadow people. These shadows are transparent. These types of shadows tend to be more in a location that is related to that specific person who is going through the moment. It is common for this category to go unnoticed, as the chances of the shadow figures appearing can be affected by artificial or daylight. There is a very disturbing video that surfaced the internet a while back, supposedly a found footage of a shadow-like figure captured on camera. Whether or not this video is a hoax, it still brings chills down people's spine. Take a look and decide for yourself.
In 1957, strange sightings were reported by a few of the local townspeople in Emerson County. Then, in 1997, sightings of strange, shadowy beings were captured on video. Less than 2 miles from where the original sightings took place, a video camera was found by a local game hunter. No one has come forward to claim this footage.
Do you see that? Over there, look, over there. Do you see that?
What the hell?
Wait, because that was it again, right there. Wait.
I don't like this.
You see that? Right there. Look.
Oh my god. That's not an animal. I don't like it.
Okay, fuck. Go. Fuck.
Many claim that this footage is not authentic, but either way, it manages to put people in an uneasy state of mind, knowing that there are in fact people who suffered or suffers from seeing shadow people when in bed at night. Despite the facts I've mentioned about shadow people, one of the most significant of them all is the Hat Man and hooded figure. These two specific figures are supposedly known as the king and queen of shadow people, due to the fact that they supposedly go after or appear to those people who are darker in personalities, or just simply a person who is always down. Most paranormal buffs believe that the shadow entity described as the hooded man most often appears to those who are negative or dark individuals who are sad, depressed, and unhappy. This entity is usually described as a hooded shadow with long cape and glowing red eyes, mostly deemed a man, but some reports are of a woman whereby the hood and cape might be a dress and a woman's long hair. They are often said to move in a flowing way and seem to lose their shape somewhat when they move, Sometimes their form is recognized, and they seem to lose shape and become mainly a mass of dark area. It is believed that the hooded shadow forms attach themselves to those who have a lot of negative life history and who have willfully delved into the darker paranormal and supernatural realms, perhaps looking to acquire some powers associated with these realms. These beings often show up immediately following traumatic life events or great material losses when the human being involved is already in a state of loss or great negativity. It seems the hooded entity works against the person, driving them further into despair whenever possible. The hooded man seems to cause further depression, fear, a great deal of paranoia, generally harassing a person with these moods and conditions until the person can end up in a state of feeling totally worthless. Due to the way a person might deteriorate emotionally and mentally, the attachment of these beings due to the person is very hard to break. Of course, the best solution here is to not end up attracting a hoodie to you at all. Precautions against these beings is important. Not delving into dark arts or supernatural darkness, particularly for seeking a particular personal gain, is really strongly urged here. Most who believe these creatures exist will blatantly say, don't tempt them toward you in any active way. The best defense is if you end up being harassed by a hooded entity is to use everything positive that you know against it. Pray, positive affirmations, seek positive emotional and mental health supports. Connect or reconnect in your relationship with any higher power you've come to know. Meditate, avoid isolation, and start renewing friendships or making positive new ones, and believe in your worthiness. Despite what was said about the Hat Man, one question remains. Have you seen the Hat Man? Given the widespread nature of this phenomenon, it's not unlikely that you have. Perhaps belonging to the often mystifying shadow people, this so-called Hat Man is a phantom who appears for just an instant. A tall shade wearing old-fashioned clothing and a top hat. Many say they feel no fear when he materializes, but others think he is the devil himself. There is no way to prove or disprove any theories about a phenomenon that is so mysterious, that happens so quickly and without warning. Science finds it virtually impossible to catalog or study such phenomena in any methodical way. All we can do at present is to document personal experiences and try to piece together what the shadow people phenomenon might be. Perhaps it's an old mystery becoming more recognizable. Perhaps it represents a doorway to and from different planes of existence. Or perhaps it's just shadows.